हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in for the Brahma Samhita session this morning. We'll start with the prayers. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha गिरिवरधारी, यशोधानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यशोधानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यमुना तीरावन चारी, जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, गुरुदेव गुरुदेव निताय गौर हरि बोल, गौर हरि बोल, गौर हरि बोल, गौर हरि बोल। नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतश जवेंद्रिय सभी चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, श्री हरिदास ठाकुर थिरोभाव महामहोत्सवा की जय, अनंत चतुर्दशी महामहोत्सवा की जय। All devotees assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All devotees assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All devotees assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for joining in for the Brahma Samhita session. Incidentally, today's topic is going to be on Vishnu and his couch, Sesha. And today is also the most auspicious occasion of Ananta Chaturdashi. So it is a coincidence, but I would say it's more of a blessing of the Lord, right? Why should we land up in this verse, especially today, on the auspicious occasion of Ananta Chaturdashi? So a very beautiful verse. And today's day also commemorates the same thing. So let's quickly go on to our words, Brahma Samhita 5.47. Okay, so devotees who want to read may raise your hands, and then we will read the words together. Shri Brahma Samhita 5.47. Yaha karanarnava jale bhajati sma yoga nidramananda jagadanda saroma kupaha आधार शक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Yeah, Rohini Mataji, please read the words, Mataji.
Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
यह कारणार्णव जले भजति स्म योगा निद्रामनंत जगदंड सरोमकूपः आधार शक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Krishna, thank you. Shobha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yakaranaarva navajale prajati samayoga nidhrama ananta jagat ananta saroma kupa adhara shaktim avalambya param samurtim govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Hari Bol.
Mataji. Sudha Mataji, please read the verse.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम.
Hare Krishna.
यह कारणार्णव जले भजति स्म योग निद्रामनंत जगदंड सरोमकूपः आधार शक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविंदमादि पुरुषं तमहं भजामि. थैंक यू माता जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Karpagavali Mataji, want you please read the synonyms? Karpagavali Mataji, you're there?
Yes, Mataji, I'm there.
Yes. Please read the synonyms, Mataji. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Mataji.
You can see the screen, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Raja,
Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhu, go ahead. Synonyms, word to word translation.
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji. Can I read synonyms, Mataji?
You want to read the verse, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So please read the verse, Prabhu.
Okay. यः कारणार्णवजले भजति स्म योगा निद्रामनन्त जगदण्ड सरोमकूपः आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone wants to read the synonyms? Okay. Krishnamurti Prabhu, go ahead. Okay. Rohini Mataji, you go ahead.
Yah, he who, Karana Arnava, of the causal ocean, Jale, in the water, Bhajati, enjoys, Sma, indeed, Yoga Nidram, creative sleep, Ananta, unlimited, Jagat under, universes, Sa, with, Roma Kupaha, the pores of his hair, Adhara Shaktim, the all-accommodating potency, Avalambya, assuming, Param, great, Swamurtim, own subjective form, Govindam, Govinda, Adi Purusham, the original person, Tam, him, Aham, I, Bhajami, worship. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So thank you, Madhavi. So this verse actually it resonates with what is the festival today. So I'm just reading from the Vaishnava calendar. Today is Ananta Chaturdashi Vrata. Of all the vratas assigned to Chaturdashi, the Ananta Chaturdashi Vrata, Bhadrapada Shukla Chaturdashi seems to be the most important and widely observed. It is also called Ananta Padmanabha Vrata. Lord Vishnu is believed to have appeared on this day as Padmanabha, lying on the couch of Ananta, the 1,000-hooded serpent. So today's translation also, if we see, okay, who wants to read? Karpagavali Mataji, are you there? Yeah, okay, Mataji, go ahead. Translation by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Translation. Thank you, Mataji. I adore the brilliant Lord Govinda, who, assuming his own great subjective form, who bears the name of Sesha, replete with the all-accommodating potency and reposing in the causal ocean with the infinity of the world in the pose of his hair, enjoys creative sleep, yoga nidra. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Mataji, you can read the purport. You want to read the purport? It's a short purport.
Yes, Mataji. And the perpetrator for the subjective nature of Ananta, who has the form of the couch of Mahavishnu, is described. Ananta, the same, who is the infinite couch on which Mahavishnu reposes, is a distinctive appearance of the divinity bearing the name of Sesha, having the subjective nature of the servant of Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, so this is a very short and a sweet verse, right? So it's talking about Ananta. We know that first expansion of Krishna is Balaram, right? Balaram actually expands himself into Ananta Shesh. And it is said, this particular verse is talking about Karanadakashaya Vishnu. Karanadakashaya Vishnu is sleeping in the Karana ocean. We saw that Goloka chart, wherein Karanadakashaya Vishnu is sleeping in the Karana ocean. And then in his Yoga Nidra only, from the pores of his hair, many small bubbles come out. What are those bubbles? Those bubbles are the various material universes. And then this Karanadakashaya Vishnu enters into each one of the small balls like universes as Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. And when he lies down on the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu also, he is lying down on the couch of Anantashesh. Karanadakashaya Vishnu also is lying down on the couch of Anantashesh. But he is in Yoga Nidra. Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is also lying in the Garbha ocean, and he is also lying on Ananta Shesha. So in this way, Balaram, he expands himself into various forms to serve Lord Sri Krishna. When Krishna incarnates in various avatars, when he expands into the Purusha avatars, then Balaram actually expands into the Ananta Shesh, where he becomes the couch or the bed for Karanadakashaya Vishnu and Garbhodakashaya Vishnu. When he appears as Krishna, he appears as Balaram. When he appears as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appears as Nityananda Prabhu. Right? In all the avatars, Balaram actually appears along with Krishna to serve him in various ways. And we also saw in the Vrindavan Leela also how Balaram is the only person who serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. Right? Everybody has got a certain Swarupa Siddhi or some constitutional position by which they can serve Krishna. Some may have Madhurya Rasa, some may have Sakya Rasa, some may have Dasya Rasa, etc. But Balaram, he actually serves Lord Sri Krishna in all the 5 rasas, right? As Ananta Shesh, he is becoming the bed. Now, in that way, he is actually serving in Shanta Rasa. He is becoming the trees of Vrindavan. He is becoming the ornaments of Krishna, right? In this way, he exercises Shanta Bhava Bhakti to Krishna. Dasya, we already saw, right? He massages the lotus feet of Krishna. Sakyaras, we already know that he plays with Krishna. He carries Krishna on his shoulders. Sometimes he's carried by Krishna on the shoulders. And then Sakyarasa, Vatsalya Rasa, we already know that Balaram is the elder brother of Krishna. So in this way, Balaram also renders the service of being a parental figure to Krishna. That's why he goes and complains to Mother Maya. Krishna ate mud today, right? Vatsalya Ras, protective nature to Lord Shri Krishna. And then finally, Madhuri Ras, we know that Balaram expanded himself into Ananga Manjari. And in this way, in all the 5 rasas, we see that Balaram, who is actually Ananta Shesh, is actually serving Lord Shri Krishna. So now we will look at some of the references from Srimad Bhagavatam and also from Jiva Goswami's commentary and also from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? I hope you all are able to see my screen. So here, okay, let me just increase the font. Yeah. So Jiva Goswami comments on this particular verse by saying, in this verse, Lord Karanarana Vashai Vishnu, none other than Karanadakashaya Vishnu, who is the source, who is the Mahavishnu, from whose pores various universes come out, and then from him, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu enters into each universe, and then Aksharodakashaya Vishnu is in every living entity's heart. So here, Jiva Goswami is saying, in this verse, Lord Karanarana Vashai Vishnu is described. Countless material universes are manifested from the pores of his body. That's what we discussed, right? So these are all material universes, which it seems like small balls from each pore of Karanadakashaya Vishnu's body. The word Saroma, what is that Saroma? So if you go back to the verse, Saroma Kupaha, here it is coming. Where is it coming? Here, Nidram Ananta Jagadanda Saroma Kupaha, right? Karanarnava Jale Bhajati Sma Yoga. So, this is talking about the Karna, the Krishna Vishnu, who is in Nidra, in Yoga Nidra, in the Ananta Shesh. Nidram Ananta Jagadanda Saroma Kupaha. Right? We already also read the synonyms. What is that? Saroma. Saroma Kupaha means unlimited pores. From the unlimited pores of the Lord's body, unlimited universes are coming. Adhara Shaktim Avalambya Param Swamurtim. Adhara means, the earth is the Adhara, like we say, because everything rests on the earth. Like that which accommodates everything, that is called Adhara Shakti. The energy which accommodates everything, right? Swamurtim, he is come in his own form as Anantashesh. To that Govindam, who is Adi Purusham, I offer my respectful obeisances. So here also, Jiva Goswami is talking about the Adhara Shakti, which is the Lord in his form as Shesha, is becoming the Adhara Shakti for the Lord, because he is becoming the couch or the bed where the Lord is resting. Right? Like in the earth is said to be the Adhara Shakti because it rests everything which is there in this universe. Similarly, Ananta Shesh is become Adhara or the resting couch for Lord Vishnu. Okay, so now we'll also read some verses from Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So first we will read Srimad Bhagavatam 10.1.24. So I want some devotees to raise their hands, read some verses. Otherwise, I'll also read. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Srimad Bhagavatam 10.1.24. Vasudeve Kalanantaha
Vasudeve Kalanantaha
Sahasravadana Swarat
Sahasravadana Swarat
Agrato Bhavita Devo
Agrato Bhavita Devo
Hare Priya Chikirshaya.
Hare Priya Chikirshaya.
Okay, Karpagali Mataji, please read the translation.
Thank you, Mataji. Translation: the foremost manifestation of Krishna is Sankarshana, who is known as Ananta. He is the origin of all incarnations within this material world. Previous to the appearance of Lord Krishna, this original Sankarshana will appear as Baladeva just to please the Supreme Lord Krishna in his transcendental pastimes. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So here, the expansion of Krishna into Ananta is described, right? Krishna expands himself into Sankarshana, who is also known as Ananta. He is the origin of all incarnations within this material world. And he is the Adhara Shakti, or he is the couch on which Lord Shri Krishna rests, right? And he will appear, why? To please the Supreme Lord in his transcendental pastimes, like that. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sudha Mataji, please read the purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams.
Pranam.
Sri Baladeva is the supreme personality of Godhead himself. He is equal in supremacy to the supreme Godhead, yet wherever Krishna appears, Sri Baladeva appears as his brother, sometimes elder and sometimes younger. When Krishna appears, all his plenary expansions and other incarnations appear with him. This is elaborately explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita. This time, Baladeva would appear before Krishna as Krishna's elder brother. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Yeah, so sometimes he appears as the elder brother, sometimes he appears as a younger brother, sometimes he appears in the form of a snake, sometimes he appears in the form of the ornaments of the Lord, etc. In various ways, Balaram appears to serve the Lord. Now we will also go into references from Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is going to talk extensively about this Seshanag, or Sankarshana, or Adi Shesha, or Ananta Shesha. So, Sindhu Mataji, you can read. Sankarshana Karanato Yashai.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sankarshana Karanato Yasai.
Garbho Dashai Chapayo Dishai.
Garbho Dashai Chapayo Dishai.
Sheshascha Yashyam Sakala Sanitya.
Sheshascha Yashyam Sakala Sanitya.
Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu.
Yeah, please read the translation, Mother.
Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. May Sri Nityananda Rama be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshana, Sheshanaga, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karana ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of milk are his planetary portions and the portions of his planetary portions. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Portion, Hare Krishna. So Amsha means planetary portion. Yashyamsha Kalasa Nitya Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu, right? So he is the non-different from Sankarshana, Sheshanag, and the Vishnu who lie on the Karna ocean, right? The Karna ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of the milk, right? Shira ocean, right? They are all the planetary portions of the plenary portions of the plenary portions of Lord Nityananda Ram, right? Next, who wants to read this? Raja Lakshmi Mataji, please read. Maya Titevya Api Vaikunta Loke.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Maya Tivyaya Pi Vaikunta Loke.
Purnaishwarye Shri Chaturvyuha Madhye.
Purnaishwarye Shri Chaturvyuha Madhye.
Rupam Yasyodbhati Sankarshanakyam.
Rupam Yasyobhyati Sankarshanakyam.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Translation: I surrender onto the lotus feet of Shri Nityananda Rama, who is known as Sankarshana, in the midst of the Chaturvyuha, consisting of Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. He possesses full opulences and resides in Vaikuntha Loka, or beyond the material creation. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Okay. Next, who wants to read? Maya Bharta Janda Sangashrayanga Shete Sakshat Karanambodhi Madhye Yasyaikamsha Shri Pumanadi Devas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Veena Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Maya Bharata Jananta Sangarshara Sete Shakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yashay Kamsha Sri Pumanadi Devas
Yes. Tam Shri
Nityananda Ramam Prabhadye. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
So all these verses are there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first few verses, first chapter, Mangalacharan verses, right? Okay, somebody has got unmuted once again. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah. So these are all the first few verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita. These are called invocation verses, where obeisances are offered first to the spiritual master. Mande Guru Misha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. So first offering of obeisances unto Guru and then to Gauranga. And then after offering obeisances to Gauranga, next we are going to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is non-different from Balaram, is non-different from Anantashesh. Right, who are all just like Krishna is expanded, Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna. And then from Sankarshan, you have the four expansions are given. Shankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. And then from Sankarshana, again the first quadruple expansion, then you have the Sheshanag, then you have this called Amsha Amshaha. That is why they are called the plenary portion of the plenary portion. Right? First is the manifestation, then the incarnation, and then the expansion of the plenary portion of the plenary portion. Like that, each one is becoming an Amsha, like that. So when you see the next verses also, it's going to say, Yasyam Amshaha, Srila Garbhodashai, like that. So as we go, these are all Amsha of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? And who all have their source in Nityananda Ram or Balaram, who is the first expansion of Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like that. Yasyam Shamshaha Srila Garbhodashai Yanam Yabjam Loka Sangatanalam Loka Srashtu Sutika Dhamadatus Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Right. So yeah, Rohini Mataji, you can read the verse. Yasyam Amshaha Srila Garbhodashai
Yasyam Amsha Srila Garbhodashayi.
Yannabhyabjam lokasanghatanalam.
Yannabhyabjam Lokasanghatanalam.
Lokasrashtuhu sutikadamadatus.
Lokashrashtuhu Sutikadhamadhatus.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Translation: I offer my full obeisances unto the feet of Shri Nityananda Rama, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshayi Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so here what are we saying? Here again we are talking about from Karnadakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu comes. And when Garbhodakasaya Vishnu enters into each universe, then the Sheshanag or Ananta Shesh, he also expands into the couches in each of the universes. And then the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu is also sleeping there. And from that Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, there is this lotus that springs up from the navel of each of the Garbhodakasaya Vishnu in each of the universes. And from there, Brahma appears. And on the lotus of that particular stem that actually emanates from the navel of Garbhodakasaya Vishnu. And so here we see that Anantashesh actually expands as many times as the Lord expands into each Garbhodakasaya Vishnu for each of the universes. Yasyam Sham Shamshaha Paramatma Kilanam. Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can read. Yasyam Amshaha Paramatma Kilanam.
Yasyam amsha paramatmikalanam.
Oshta Vishnur Bhati Dugdha Abdishai.
Posta Vishnur Bhati Dugdha Bishahi.
Shauni Bharta Yat Kalasopyanantas.
Sauni Bharta Yat Kalasopi Anantas.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Namam Prapadye. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Sri Nityananda Rama, whose secondary part is the Vishnu lying in the ocean of milk. That Kshirodakshayi Vishnu is the super soul of all living entities and the maintainer of all the universes. Sheshanaga is his further sub-part. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. So why is it mentioned Asyam Amshaha? Right? That means originally we have Nityananda Ram, who's the manifestation from the Lord himself. And then he expands himself into Karnadakasaya Vishnu, then Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, then into Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, and his further subpart is Sheshanag. That's why you find 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Yasyam Amshaha Paramatma ki Lana, like that. Okay, so now we will move on to Chaitanya Charitamrita. We were reading now Adi Lila chapter 1, wherein we are talking about the source that this particular verse of Brahma Samhita describes. How Vishnu is lying on the causal ocean, right, or the Karana ocean, and Ananta Shesh is actually becoming the couch of Lord Vishnu. So now what you're going to see, we are now going on to Adi Lila chapter number 5. We will read verses from 91 to 104, which also talks about how Karnadakasaya Vishnu expands into his various plenary portions and how it is described in Chaitanya Lila. So that's why wherever it is Balaram, it becomes Nityananda in the Chaitanya Lila, because Balaram is not different from Nityananda Prabhu. Right? So we will read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 5, verse number 91 onwards. Okay, Sudha Mataji, you can read. Sita Purushayara Amshadhare Nama.
Seta Purushayara Amshadhare Nama.
Chaitanyera Sange Sei Nityananda Rama.
Chaitanyera Sange Sei Nityananda Rama. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. That Mahapurusha, Karanodakshai Vishnu, is known as a plenary part of him, who is Lord Nityananda Balarama, the favorite associate of Lord Chaitanya. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. So that Mahapurusha, who is that? Karanadakasha Vishnu, is known as a plenary part of him. So Nityananda Prabhu's first plenary part expansion is Karanadakasha Vishnu, right? And he is a favorite associate of Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda Balaram, who is not different from Balaram, right? Text number 92. Etanavama shlokera artha vivarana. Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can read. Etanavama, yes, Prabhu.
एतनवम श्लोकेर अर्थविवरण
Dashama shlokera artha shunadiyamana.
दशम श्लोकेर अर्थ सुनदीयमन. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. I have thus explained the 9th verse, and now I shall explain the 10th. Please listen with rapt attention. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. So what was the 9th verse? The 9th verse was what we saw here. Yasyam Shamchaha Shila Garbodashayi. Here. No, this is the 9th verse. Maya Varta Janda Sangha Shrayangaha Shete Sakshat Karanam Bodhi Madhye Yasye Kamsha Shri Pumanadi Devas Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. This describes the Karanadakasai Vishnu. Right? And each of these Mangalacharan verses are actually described in the various chapters. So the 5th chapter, where this is described, what is described? The Karanadakasai Vishnu. The expansion is a plenary expansion is described. That is actually the 9th verse. Now, the next verse, text 93 onwards, going to describe the 10th verse. What is the 10th verse? It's a repetition. It's the same verse what we recited. We'll recite it again. Who will read? Raja Lakshmi Mataji, please read. Yasyam amshaha Srila Garbodashayi.
Yasya amsha Srila Garbodashayi.
Yanna Bhyabjam Loka Sanghatanalam.
Nabhya Abjam Loka Sanghatanalam.
Loka Srashtuhu Sutika Datus.
Loka Shrashtu Sutika Damas Dhatus.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye.
Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. Translation by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. I offer my full obeisances onto the feet of Shri Nityananda Rama, a partial part of whom is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu sprouts the lotus, that is the birthplace of Brahma, the engineer of the universe. The stem of that lotus is the resting place of the multitude of planets. Do you want me to read the purport, Mataji?
Yes. Mataji, you can read the purport. So the translation is what we already read, right? The expansion, the 2 amshas are given here. The first amsha is Karanadakasha Vishnu, second is Garbhodakasha Vishnu. From the navel of Garbhodakasha Vishnu, Brahma comes out. Yes, Mataji, please read the purport. Vishla Prabhupada.
Purport by Prabhupada ki jai. In the Mahabharata Shanti Parva, it is said that he who is Pradyumna is also Aniruddha. He is also the father of Brahma. Thus, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu are identical planetary expansion of Pradyumna, the original deity of Brahma, who is born from the lotus flower. It is Pradyumna who gives Brahma direction for cosmic management. A full description of Brahma's birth is given in Srimad Bhagavatam 3.8.15 to 16. Describing the features of the 3 Purushas, the Lagu Bhagavata Amrita, thank you, Mataji, says that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu has a 4-handed form, and when he himself enters the hollow of the universe and lies down in the ocean of milk, he is known as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, who is the super soul of all living entities, including the demigods. In the Sattva Tantra, it is said that the 3rd Purusha incarnation, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, is situated as a super soul in everyone's heart. This Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is an expansion of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu for pastimes. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So the 3rd expansion is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Yasyam amshaha Srila Garbhodakshaya. So next amsha is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, text number 94. Who will read? Karpavali Mataji, you can read. Seta Purusha Ananta Brahmanda Shrijiya.
Sheta Purushananda Brahmananda Shriya Sabe Ande
Praveshila Bahumurti Haya.
Saba Ante Praveshila Bahumurti Anam. Translation. After creating millions of universes, the first Purusha entered into each of them in a separate form as Sri Garbhodaya Sai.
Garbhoda Kashai. So this is what we already
Kashai.
explained. Right? Karna ocean, Karna Kashai Vishnu expands into each of the universes, Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu, and that is what is explained here. Okay, text number 95. See, now these are in chapter 5, these are the details of the various verses given in chapter 1, what we read already. Text number 95. Okay, who will read? Krishnamurti Prabhu, you can read. Bitare pravishi dekhe sabha andakara rahite na hikastha. Yes, Prabhu, sorry.
भीतरे प्रवेशि देखे सब अंधकार रहित नहीं कस्ताना करीला विचारा. Translation by Vesi Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada ki jai. Entering the universe, he found only darkness, with no place in which he is to reside. Thus he began to consider. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Text number 96. We'll read Sudha Mataji. Nijanga Sveda Jala Karila Srijana.
निजांग स्वेद जल करिला सृजन
Sei Jale Kaila Ardha Brahmanda Bharana.
से जले कैला अर्ध ब्रह्मांड भरण. Translation by Divine Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Then he created water from the perspiration of his own body, and with that water filled half the universe. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So in that he filled half of the universe with water. And then the yojanas, what is the length and breadth of that is given here. Brahmanda Pramana Pancha Shatakoti Yojana Ayama Vistara Dui Haya Ekasama. Okay, who'll read? Okay, I think Krishnamurti Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Brahmanda Pramana Panchasat Koti Yojana Ayama Vistara Dui Haya Eka Sama. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada ki jai. The universe measures 500 million yojanas. Its length and breadth are one and the same. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Text number 98. Jale bhari ardataha kailani jabasa ara ardhe kaila chauda bhuvana prakasha. After filling, yes, Prabhu, you can read the translation.
Translation by C. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada ki jai. After filling half the universe with water, he made his own residence therein and manifested the 14 worlds in the other half. Shall I read?
Yeah,
purport?
you can read the purport also. So what is this now? 14 worlds are described. That means Earth is in the center. On top we have certain lokas, and then we have 7 on top and 7 below the earthly planet. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Purport by Prabhupada ki jai. The 14 worlds are enumerated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Second canto, 5th chapter. The upper planetary systems are Bhuhu, Bhuvar, Swar, Mahar, Janas, Tapas, and Satya. The 7 lower planetary systems are Tala, Atala, Vitala, Nitala, Talatala, Mahatala, and Sutala. The lower planets as a whole are called Patala. Among the upper planetary systems, Bhu, Bhuvar, and Swar constitute Sargaloka, and the rest are called Martya. The entire universe is thus known as Triloka. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, 3 loka. That means
Triloka.
lower systems, Earth, and the upper planetary systems, like that. Okay, text number 99. Tahai prakata kaila vaikunta nija dhama shesha shayana jale karila vishrama. Now they are going to talk about Vaikunta, and Vaikunta also who is actually carrying the Lord as a bed. It is again the same Lord Sheshanag, who's Balaram, who's Ananta Shesh, is actually serving as the coach of the Lord. Who will want to read the translation? Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhu will partner and read. I'll read the verse, you read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I myself blessed by your grace, Mataji. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada ki jai. There he manifested Vaikunta as his own abode and rested in the waters on the bed of Lord Sena. Hare Krishna Mataji. Shesha, sorry.
Ananta Shayate Taha Karila Shayana Sahasra Mastaka Tara Sahasra Vadana Sahasra Charana Hasta Sahasra Nayana Sarva Avatara Bija Jagata Karana. Yeah, Prabhu, you can read the verse, Prabhu.
Please,
Ananta
Mataji.
shayate taha karila shayana.
Ananta sayate tenha karila shayana.
Sahasra mastaka tara sahasra vadana.
Sahasra mastaka tara sahasra vadana.
Sahasra charana hasta sahasra nayana.
Sahasra charana hasta sahasra nayana.
Sarva avatara bija jagata karana.
Sarva avatara bija jagata karana. Translation by A.C. Bhakti Vedant Prabhupada ki jai. He lay there with Ananta as his bed. Lord Ananta is a divine serpent having thousands of heads, thousands of faces, thousands of eyes, and thousands of hands and feet. He is the seed of all incarnations and he is the cause of the material world.
Hare
Purport?
Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, actually,
Brahmaji.
Gayatri Mataji is saying she's not able to unmute. Mataji, you have to raise your hand so that I can unmute you. Otherwise, there is a lot of disturbance. No, some people are talking and all that. It's audible. So you can raise your hand. Then when I find you, I will unmute you. Okay. So, Ananta Shayate Taha Karila Shayana. So where is the Lord lying down? The Lord is lying down on Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shayate Taha Karila Shayana. Sahasra Mastaka Tara Sahasra Vadana. Sahasra Mastaka. Mastaka means head. He's got thousands of heads. Sahasra, like we say Vishnu Sahasra Namam. That means the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. And Sahasra Vadana. That means he's having thousands of hand and feet. Sahasra Charana Hasta. Oh, sorry. Sahasra Charana Hasta is only thousands of hand. Charana means lotus feet. Hasta means hands. Sahasra Nayana. Nayana means eyes, right? Nayana means eyes, isn't it? And then Sahasra Charana Hasta, Sahasra Nayana, and Sarva Avatara Bija. He is the source or the seed of all the incarnations. And Jagata Karana, right? That is the first words of Brahma Samhita, what we read. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govindaha, Sarva Karana Karanam. He is Jagata Karana. He is the source of this material world. Sahasra Vadana means having thousands of faces. Sahasra Charana Hasta means thousands of feet and hands. Sahasra Nayana means thousands of eyes. Sarva Avatara Bija, that means he's a source or the seed giving father of all incarnations. And Jagata Karana, that means he is the cause of the material world. Okay. So where is Gayatri Mataji? Yes, Mataji, please read the purport. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
In the reservoir of water, first created by the perspiration of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, the Lord lies on the Shesha plenary expansion of Vishnu, who is described in Srimad Bhagavatam and in the 4 Vedas as follows. Sahasra Shesha Purushaha, Sahasrakshaha, Sahasrapat, Sahasra Bhumi, Vishwato Vritva,
Tatishtat Dashangulam.
The Vishnu form called Ananta Shayana has thousands of hands and legs and thousands of eyes, and he is the active generator of all the incarnations within the material world. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha. That means this Ananta, on whom the Lord is lying down, he himself has thousands of legs and hands and thousands of eyes. That's why it is said that the glories of Lord Krishna also cannot be described by Anantadev. Although Anantadev has thousands of eyes and hands and legs and mouths, still he is not able to see the glories of the Lord adequately. Still he is not able to describe the glories of the Lord adequately. Right? So it is said that even when one has thousands of mouths, one cannot adequately glorify. So what can we glorify with one mouth, isn't it? And then Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva. He is the active generator of all the incarnations within the material world. That is Dashangulam. Dasha Angulam means it is showing the description. Dasha means 10. So like that. Next text number 102. Today is also the most auspicious occasion of Tirobhav Tithi of Haridas Thakur. So I thought if there is time, maybe 12:20 or something, 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, We'll discuss the glories of the holy name, the glory of Haridas Thakur, and then we'll chant one round. If there is time, we'll do all of that. But first, we'll finish this. This is a very important section, right? We know it. We've already read it in the past. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, we've read it in detail. The expansions, the Purusha avatars of the Lord. So in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, it's very interesting how instead of Balaram, they talk about Nityananda Ram being the source, and how Ananta Shesh is actually expanding every time the Lord manifests into each of the forms of Purusha Avatara. Very beautifully described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hence, that's why we're reading from here. Okay, 102. This is the same thing. What is described in Bhagavatam? The same. That's why we know that the scriptures are a Paurusheya. Right? There cannot be conflict between various verses in the scriptures, because you're all given by the Supreme Lord, who's a Paurusheya, who's beyond the four defects, who's beyond the transcendental modes of material nature, who is beyond the transcendental, who is transcendental to the modes of material nature. That's why he's saying a Paurusheya. Right? A Purusha means people of this material world. A Paurusheya means one who is transcendental, like that. Okay, text number 102. Who is not read until now? They can read. Okay, Shobha Mataji. Taranabhi Padma Haite Uthila Eka Padma.
Taranabhi Padma Haite Uthila Eka Padma.
Sei Padme Haila Brahma Janma Satma.
Sei Padme Haila Brahma Janma Sadma. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. From his navel grew a lotus flower which became the birthplace of Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So again, they're describing how the Lord is lying down on the Ananta Shesh. The Ananta Shesh has got thousands of heads and eyes and mouths and hands and legs and all that. And then from the navel of Garbhadaksha Vishnu, again our Lord Brahma is appearing. Who will read now? Who has not read before? Veena Mataji. Veena Santana Raman Mataji. Sei Padma Nale Haila Chaudha Bhuvana.
Hare Krishna Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Sei Batma Nale Haila Chauda Bhuvana.
Teho Brahma Haya Srishti Karila Srijana.
Teho Brahma Hana Srishti Karila Srijana. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Within the stem of that lotus were the 14 worlds. Thus, the Supreme Lord as Brahma created the entire creation. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Vishnu Rupa Haya Kare Padhane. Gunatita Vishnu Sparsha Nahi Maya Gune. Okay, Swati Mataji. Vishnu Rupa Haya Kare Jagat Palane.
Vishnu Rupa Hana Kare Jagat Palane.
Gunatita Vishnu Sparsha Nahi Maya Gune.
Gunatita Vishnu Sparsha Nahi Maya Gune. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. As Lord Vishnu, he maintains the entire world. Lord Vishnu, being beyond all material attributes, has no touch with the material qualities. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So here we are coming to the end of what is described in this particular verse of Brahma Samhita by Lord Brahma, that the Lord who is expanding himself into Ananta Shesh, who bears the name of Shesha, is having the same potency as that of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who is serving as the couch or the bed in the causal ocean, or when the Lord, the Karandakashai Vishnu, is actually lying down in his yoga nidra, and from his pores of his hair, various universes are getting created, and he is happily enjoying his creative sleep on the couch, who is Ananta Shesh. So this Ananta Shesh is actually described in greater detail in all the verses from Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita that we read. Okay, so if anyone has any queries or doubts, we can take that. Then we can just quickly move. We have about 10 minutes. We'll quickly discuss about Haridas Thakur, the glories of the holy name. So this week is the week of the holy name. Okay, Krishnamurti Prabhu, you have any query? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother. Small clarification.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji, if we heard and read all the verses, we can't imagine the potency of the Supreme Lord. Is it not? We can't imagine.
We cannot visualize, Prabhu, but
Yes.
we can understand the greatness.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
we cannot imagine. We have to see to understand.
Yes.
But then, yes, we understand the greatness, right?
Yes.
Like the pores, right? We can see the pores of our body, right? How many pores we have, right? If that so many universes are coming out of the Lord's body, then we can imagine each one pore is becoming a universe by itself.
Yes.
Right? We can just visualize that how many so many bubbles are coming out, and so many incarnations Karadikrisha Vishnu is taking, and Anantashesh is also taking so many incarnations. Wherever the Lord incarnates, Anantashesh is there. Already the bed is there before the Lord arrives. Isn't it magnificent, right?
Yes,
because the Lord is Atmaram. Whenever he expands, he makes arrangements himself. Right?
Yes,
But when the devotee wants to serve the Lord, it is for the devotee's benediction or blessing that he's getting an opportunity to serve the Lord. Otherwise, the Lord comes all prepared. Right? Everything is done by the energy of the Lord itself. Right?
Yes.
But yet, the Lord gives opportunity to us to serve him. So that is the greatness of the Lord. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. Yes. Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So Dandavat Pranam. So quickly, we
Dandavat
will
Pranam.
one round with Srila Prabhupada. Before that, I just wanted to say that today is the most auspicious occasion of the Tirubhav Tithi of Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur, we all know, is after the Brahma Vimohan Leela, Brahma got very bewildered, right? Because Lord Krishna was actually taking the juta of Madhu Mangal, right? He was having the buttermilk in his mouth. And then Krishna actually pumped the cheeks of Madhu Mangal and drank all the buttermilk. And when Brahma saw this, he thought that this boy can't be the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he's just having the juta of, one Brahmana boy, Madhu Mangal. So in this way, Brahma was bewildered, and then we know that Brahma Vimohan Leela happened, wherein Brahma actually took all the calves and the gopas and hid them in the cave in Brahma Loka. And Krishna understood that this is a plan of Brahma. And this also satisfied another desire, because all of the Vrindavan Vasis, the gopis and the gopas, they wanted to have Krishna as their son. So this became an opportunity for Krishna to expand himself into all the gopas and all the calves, so that the cows were also happy that Krishna has become their offspring. Krishna has become their young one. And also the gopis and gopas were very happy. And the cows were throwing out so much of milk from their udders. Right? It was the day of Balaram's birthday. Balaram was not there. And Balaram is saying, what is happening? Why are the cows giving so much of milk from their udders? Right? Generally, the cow gives a lot of milk only when the calf is born. Right? So that the calf can get the milk. But now they are thinking, what is it that, why is it that the cows are giving milk, so much milk now? Right? Because the calves have already grown up. Right? So in this way, when Balaram asks Krishna, then Krishna reveals to him this Leela. Right? Wherein Krishna has actually expanded himself. And that is why all the cows and all the gopas and the gopis were having so much love for their offspring, which is because Krishna is the original son. Krishna is the original father. All of our rasas, we are first and foremost having with Lord Sri Krishna himself. Right? So in this way, when Brahma became very bewildered, and when Krishna expanded like this, then Brahma with his 4 heads fell down at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and asked him that, because I've been empowered to do the secondary creation, I've got so much of false ego. I wanted to test you, the Lord himself. So please give me a birth, which is very low born, where I don't have this false ego at all. And then when Krishna heard this prayer, he told Brahma, okay, in your next lifetime, you'll be born in a Mohammedan family. But even when you are born in that Mohammedan family, you will not forget me even for a single moment. I will award you the title of Nama Acharya. You'll be born as Haridas Thakur. This Haridas Thakur, he actually chanted 300,000 names of the Lord. And it's called Haridas Thakur Nama Acharya. Nama Acharya means he is the person whom we have to see, to understand, to get taste in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When Haridas Thakur was very, very old, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who's Krishna himself, when he's in Jagannath Puri, he tells Haridas Thakur, you're so old, do not chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra so much, you already perfected your life. Because Haridas Thakur would not eat prasadam until he actually chanted his holy names, 300,000 times, holy names of the Lord. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this, and then Haridas Thakur is saying, I'm so unfortunate, oh Lord, I can't have prasadam because I've not yet completed my quota of chanting the holy names of the Lord. At the same time, he's saying, I cannot even refuse to have Jagannath prasadam, especially when the Lord himself is giving it. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, you can reduce your rounds, but Haridas Thakur would not. Every day he would continue to chant 300,000 times names of the Lord. And then he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I become very old, I'm not able to chant also. What is the purpose of maintaining this body? Let me die by looking at your lotus face. So in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu granted his benediction. And it is said that just like Bhishma Pitamaha, who had Ichha Mrityu, who had darshan of the lotus face of Krishna as he departed from this world, similarly, Haridas Thakur also departed from this world by looking at the lotus face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in this way, today is the Tithi when Haridas Thakur's disappearance happens. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, him personally carries Haridas Thakur's body and actually bathes him in the ocean of Jagannath Puri. That is why Jagannath Puri ocean is not just a simple ocean. It is said to be Mahatirtha, because that is a place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually bathes the body of Haridas Thakur. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually goes out asking for alms so that he can do the wonderful celebration, because a Vaishnava, whether he is living or he is dead, or he's left the body, right? Whether living or not, Vaishnava always engages in the service of the Lord. That is why we celebrate Appearance Day as well as Disappearance Day with pomp and splendor, remembering that particular Vaishnava, praying for the blessings of that particular Vaishnava so that we can develop taste in doing service, in performing devotional service. So with this consciousness, let us chant one round with Srila Prabhupada, praying for the blessings of Haridas Thakur, praying for the blessings of Srila Prabhupada, that we may get taste in chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Prabhupada said 99% of our spiritual life depends on the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? All of the Sarve Vidhi Nishedhyashur, Etayor Eva Kinkaraha, all of the other devotional service that we perform by studying Srila Prabhupada's books, by hearing Srila Prabhupada's books, by doing daily worship, by doing Archa Vigraha Seva, by performing Arati ceremony, by performing Abhishek, right? Everything, all of the things that we do are for actually remembering Krishna always and never forgetting Krishna. And the main process in this age of Kali, what is given is Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatir Anyata. In this age of Kali, there is no other method that is more potent, that is more powerful than the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Kaliyuga Patita Pavana Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So the class is officially over. I'll just share Prabhupada's chanting, and whoever is interested can do one round of chanting, and then we'll end the session. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So happy Ananta Chaturdashi to all the devotees and happy Tirubhav Tithi of Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur. So we can chant as many rounds, extra rounds as we can with the pleasure of Haridas Thakur, because if we please Haridas Thakur, we'll be able to please Lord Sri Krishna. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Brahma Samhita ki jai, Harinam Prabhu ki jai, Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai, Ananta Chaturdashi Maha Mahotsava ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah, so everyone can unmute themselves now. Anyone has any questions or queries or realizations or anything? Probably 1 or 2 minutes, we can take that. Anything from anyone? Okay, thank you very much. Yes, who's this?
Mataji, then, just as you said that, then the Garbhodaksha is Vishnu and Anant Sheshnag both are the expansion of the Sankarshan, right?
Yeah. Who's the Akashvani? Who's speaking?
Myself, Vinita here, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. Yes, yes, Mataji. Yes. Yes, yes. Both are expansions of Sankarshan. So first Krishna expands into Balaram, and Balaram expands into the first Chaturvyuha, which is Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, and then Sankarshan expands himself. That's why Yasyam Amsha Amsha Amsha. That means each of the Purusha incarnations is one Amsha of Balaram, like that. Balaram to Sankarshan, Sankarshan to Karandakashaya Vishnu, then Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, then Shirudakashaya Vishnu, like that. And the sub part of Sankarshan is Ananta Shesh. Okay?
Okay, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
All right. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much. Dandavat Pranam.